Happy Saturday. So exciting. How is everyone? Uh, Woohoo, we made it to the weekend. Yay. Right? It's been a really good week, but it's felt like a really long week. I think sometimes that happens, there's just so much going on. And in this next week, it's going to be another really big week. Hey, Sitali. Yeah, I hope that you guys got a chance to watch the webinar I did on Financial Ninjas. I posted it up there. Really important for taking control of your financial stability. There's just so many things going on that are really exciting around that right now. So I'm going to have more to talk to you guys about. But today I wanted to just talk to you a little bit about the nature of consciousness. Hey, Players Battle. It's on Instagram. People have really interesting names. But if you are on YouTube or Facebook or the others, I should be able to see your chats now. So just, come on and say hi on those platforms as well. Hey, Autumn. Good to see you. Aw. Happy Saturday. So exciting. So today I thought I would read you a passage from my journal. My journal is kind of like when I do meditation and stuff, then ideas or thoughts come to me and I'll write thoughts down. Maybe I'll be asking questions about something I need an answer for, something I'm trying to understand or learn how to do. Sometimes it's really just meditating and being in, the spirit of the Mother Earth, the goddess, the God, whatever you call it. Just being in that energy of love and creation. So I'm not even sure when I did this. I didn't put a date on it, but it was probably before my trip to Colombia. And I wrote down some stuff, just some ideas I was having about the nature of consciousness. These are the thoughts that came to me while I was meditating. And so I thought maybe I'd read it to you today. I thought that would be fun. So oftentimes when we think about consciousness, we think of, that it's like the process of our brain, right? Our brain is processing and that's what is conscious. But in fact, as I've talked about maybe before, is our brain is actually not conscious. Our brain is the computer that processes all of the information and content. Our consciousness is connected to the brain. The consciousness, in meditation, they teach you to get really quiet and to observe your thoughts. So it is the observer, the one that is observing the processes of the brain. That is the consciousness, right? But a friend of mine who was talking to me about the sort of the nature of consciousness, he said, well, your consciousness, that conscious entity doesn't have thoughts because it doesn't have that mechanism, that processing mechanism that your brain has, right? And I was like, I don't get this. I don't understand. What does he mean by that, right? Like, it's receiving, it's seeing the impressions, it's receiving the feelings, it's receiving all of that, right? But it's not the processor, which is the brain. The brain is our processor, basically. It's our processing system, which creates these types of thoughts and words and all of this stuff that we think of as thinking or experiencing. But maybe they're not really. And that was kind of the thought that came to me. So I'll read this to you. It says, who are you to say a rock or a flower is not conscious? It doesn't have a brain. Your brain thinks it's conscious, but it's not. It's designed to let you be aware that you are conscious. Consciousness needs no awareness of itself. It is aware. Like the cells of a leaf receive the sun, they don't need to be aware of themselves as a leaf. They are just aware of all. Sun, water, roots, earth, without needing a brain to connect the leaf to the awareness of the sun. The cells live this awareness. So this was the thought that came to me. I was sort of observing my plants, right? And just seeing they're not thinking thoughts. They don't have this processing brain that we have. And yet at the same time, Of course, they are aware. They've done lots of scientific studies that show plants are aware, right? They're aware if you're thinking thoughts of love towards them, or if you're thinking thoughts of like harming them. Literally, they put electrodes on the plants, and the plant's frequency will just go crazy when someone is like thinking about breaking off its branch or something like that. So plants are aware of what's in their vicinity. They're aware of, light and life and energy and sun and all of this, but they don't have a brain. So they're just aware of everything there around them. So we don't need a brain to be conscious. And that was kind of like, oh, wow. That was sort of a bit of a interesting insight for me. So God or goddess or whatever it is, I am. This experiment, the experiment of this universe, every other part of the mind, and every other part of this experiment is all part of the mind of God. It's all held in the mind of God, right? Just as we are part of the planet, right? Humans, we are part of this planet. We are generated by this planet. We come from this planet. We're born from it. We die. We go back into it. We're a part of this planet. So God's in every speck of everything. So no person or animal is more important or less important. Each is a spark of God's experiencing. And that was so beautiful to see, because each of us is that spark of God's experiencing. Each of us is experiencing for and with God, right? Each of us, that is who we are. We are God. We are a piece of God that is experiencing our world and our surrounding. So how much fun can we help God have? Right? How much fun can we make this for not just ourselves, but for God and for everybody connected to us, right? How much love can we share and enjoy for ourselves? And that's the Autumn says, publish that journal. It's amazing. Book number 3. Thank you. Yeah, I realize how much I write stuff in these journals of things that I get, and then I just don't, that's why I thought maybe this would be a good way for me to start sharing them as well, to start sharing those thoughts that come to me when I'm in meditation. So thank you. But, how much are we each that by loving ourselves, by bringing ourselves joy, right? We're bringing joy to God. We're bringing joy to because we are God. We are part of God, that spark of God that is in us, that animates us, right? So never feel like you're being selfish or lazy to go out and have fun and enjoy nature and take baths and, give yourself love, because you're giving love to God and to all of the universe by doing that. So that's what I thought I'd share with you today on a very happy Saturday. Hi, Mike. Good to see you. He says audiobook. Hi, Chiquita. So I hope you guys have a beautiful Saturday, and yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. We'll see what happens. Autumn says, a hug or smile can save a life. Yes, that is 100% true. There are so many people who have, there's so many stories and testimonies of people who are thinking about taking their lives, or who just really down in the dumps, and someone just smiled at them or gave them a hug, right? I mean, I think it's sad right now that we, with all the masks and everything like that, and everyone's trying to social distancing, we're separating ourselves from each other in that way, which may be necessary for a time, but let's not forget to keep reaching out in love to people, even if it's just on social media, to help encourage them and inspire them. All right. Autumn says, keep sharing that journal. Thank you, darling. Love you. All right. I'll let you guys go. Have a fun, wonderful Saturday. Enjoy yourselves. Bye.